Hey, we are back for episode number, I think 15. My apologies, because I always be losing count of what episode we on. But regardless, just happy to be back for another episode of the podcast. Thank you all who've been tuning in, who've been listening, who've been supporting. I appreciate it. Thank you for those of you who are subscribers to the YouTube channel as well. Of course, if you're not, it is Ingravenvids team Keep It Clean. So y'all make sure y'all check that out if you haven't, but I'm sure most of y'all probably came from there. And thank you for checking this out too. Whether you're listening to this on YouTube or you're listening to it on Spotify. I know my guy Meech, he told me, he said, man, I did not know the podcast was on Spotify. He said he thought it was just on YouTube. So he said he ain't been listening to it because he thought it was just on YouTube and he couldn't play it in the background. So, but he said when he found out it was on Spotify, he like, okay, I'm good to go now. So I can listen to it on there. And it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, it's on Anchor. It's on a lot of different platforms. So you could just check it out. Look up the Team Keep It Clean podcast. This has been a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. I was just on my guy Eric's podcast. He's a Cowboys fan. So we were talking about the Cowboys game. We were talking about there's some different stuff with the Ravens, and of course, there's always plenty to talk about with the Ravens. This has been a very eventful season for Baltimore, and we just had a group Ravens live stream last night, and it was fun. It was we had Simply AS10 on there, we had Sudden Death, and those two, of course, they do their Purple Rain podcast, so shout out to them. We had Lunch Break Hot Take on there. Jose and Brodney, so shout out to them. We had David, the sports and gaming nerd, so shout out to him. We had Coach Evans, so shout out to him. Who else do we have? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, we had my boy Keeping It Real. So shout out to him. But we had a lot of fun on there. I know I know Nubo was going to be on there, but he couldn't make it. And Sonny is on the other side of the world. And his schedule, he's like, his time is 5 hours ahead. So, and we started the podcast around 7:30, so that would be 12:30 for him. And I believe he had just finished doing a podcast like an hour before. So he was already running late on time. So, that is something. So shout out to Sonny, man. Sonny, he's real good people, man. That's Sonny from SCG Sports. Real good people, man. He has helped us out a lot. He was the one that and I told y'all this before, but with the flag football that we had, the 2 flag football events that we had, which both were a whole lot of fun. It was a whole lot of fun. But Sonny, when he did live there, he opened up his community to us. To where we could use the field that they had there, and he just good people, man. So shout out to him, shout out to his wife, shout out to his 2 daughters. They super nice. And like we said, we got to meet them, and they were really nice. Cause we have cause you can meet somebody. It's not always it's not a guarantee that when you meet one half of the family. It's not a guarantee that when you meet one half of the family that the other half is going to be nice, or the other half is going to have like that same energy. Like you can meet a husband that's nice and the wife is mean. You can meet a husband that's mean and the wife is nice. So it's not always split right down the middle, and it's not always. But yeah, it was nice that both of them were the same. Sonny, super nice. His wife, super nice. Kids, super nice. So shout out to them, man. Anyway, this week has been a pretty good week. I've been super busy, just with work. It's a lot. Like, it is a lot, and a lot of people, they don't really get to see the background. They obviously see the final product because they see all the videos that go up, but it is a lot of work. It's a whole lot of work. Like I always say, it is fun work, but it is a lot of work. It can be challenging work. If you're sensitive, it can be super challenging for you because on YouTube or just really social media in general, some people will just they'll say anything. They will say anything. They talk about you. They talk about your family. There can be a lot of negativity on there. It can be a whole lot of negativity on there, like in the comment section, whether you're talking about Instagram or Twitter or whatever it may be. So that's for anybody that's ever looking to, whether you're looking to do YouTube or you're looking to, if you're looking to just build a brand, that is something that comes with that territory. So that's why, like, when the YouTube channel started growing, like really growing, that's something that I was like, man, like I feel for famous people, cause I mean our channel's small. We not famous at all, not trying to be, don't care to be. But I was like, I feel for famous people because like they gotta go through it. They gotta go through it for real, man, because they get all type of comments, all type of just everything. Cause I'm like, well, what we get, it ain't nothing. Like, and none of this stuff like really bothers me at all. But for famous people, like they obviously have much bigger platforms, and with being in, I want to say, with being in entertainment, I guess, or being having a job that is displayed to the public. There is always gonna be people that rock with you, and it's gonna be people that don't rock with you, and that's just what it is. So once you accept that, then I think you could go a long way. If you can't accept that, then I don't think you're really gonna find any like success with anything, because you're gonna be so worried, like, oh man, what if somebody doesn't like me? Oh man, what if somebody doesn't like if I did this in the video, or if I said this, or if I did that? If you worried about that, don't even do it. Don't even do it, because that's bound to happen. And I always tell this to people: you can't please everybody. You cannot please everybody, and you will drive yourself crazy trying to please everybody if that's what you do. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work, because everything isn't for everybody. You may try to fix something, you may try to fine-tune something, you may try to adjust something and be like, okay, you know what, this person, they didn't like when I did this specific thing this specific way, so let me change it and do it the way that they felt was best. But then you got this person, and even though the person A, they told you should do it like this, and I would like it much better if you did it like this, but person B would be like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So then you went from trying to please person A and switching up what you were doing. Then you got to switch it up now again and try to please person B. So now person A is not going to be happy. So then person A will complain, and then person B will be happy. But then if you like, oh wait a minute, let me please person A again, then person B won't be happy. But with YouTube, or with, again, anything in the public eye, there's going to be a lot more than just person A's and B's. It's going to be person A, B, C, D, E. It's going to be plenty of people that like what you do and don't like what you do, that like your style, that don't like your style, that rock with you, that don't rock with you. So you can't please everybody. That's why you do things your own way, have your own style, and enjoy what you do. Don't try to do it to please people. Do it because you like it. Do it because you have fun with it. Because if you do it to try to please people, it won't be fun. It'll be draining. And that's no fun. It's not fun to be drained. It's not fun to be drained at all. In my life, not recently, but in the past, I've had people around me that have been draining. I've had friends around me that have been draining. And that's no fun. So why would I do something a certain way for other people to drain myself, to drain my own energy, and not enjoy what I'm doing. Like it's just, and people will be able to see that. Like if you just going through the motions, you're just going through it. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, people can tell. Like especially again, if it's something that's on public display, people they can always tell. Especially if you have a certain amount of whether content, you have a certain amount of production that you've put out there, and they know your style, they know how you do things. They'll be able to tell if you're just going through the motions. But when you really love what you do and you really enjoy it, they can also tell that too. So, and try to enjoy what you do. Have fun with it. And this is why, like with us, like we're football fans. Excuse me, we're football fans. So we see these players. We can tell when they're having a good game. We can tell when they're having a bad game. We can tell when they're in the funk. We can tell when things are going really good. We can tell when they're in rhythm. We can tell these things because these football players have put out a certain amount of production that we've seen, whether you watched them in college or if you just watch NFL like me. They've put out a certain level of production, and you know their tendencies. You know what they like to do, what they don't like to do, what they normally do, what they don't normally do. So when you're watching them, you can pick up on that kind of stuff. So you can be like, oh man, they ain't really feeling it right now. Oh man, they ain't got their head in the game right now. Oh, they just going through the motions. They not putting no effort in. You can always tell that, and it's the same thing with using YouTube as an example. You'll be able to tell all that stuff. So just enjoy what you do, man. And I mean, not even just YouTube. That's just in life. Because if you're working at a job, you may have put forward a certain amount of production. You may have a routine, you may have a pattern, and you may be known for, okay, this person, this employee, they usually give us X amount of sales every month, and they're good for that. But when you don't give that X amount of sales, then your manager, supervisor, blah, 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 will be looking at you like, hold up, what's going on? What's the problem? Is something bothering you? What is it? Because they know what you normally do. You have a pattern. You have habits. So people can tell. They can tell. And like, it's not just for stuff that's in the public eye. It's just period in life. Like even your family, even if it's not with work stuff. Even if you normally have a certain vibe about you. You normally got a certain attitude. You maybe if you're usually upbeat or happy and stuff. If somebody sees you and you're not like that, they can tell. And they can be like, hey, what's going on? What's wrong? What's the problem? Is everything okay? So that's that. So it doesn't just apply to public stuff. It applies just to life in general. People, we all have patterns. We all have certain ways that we do things. And when we get out of those patterns, people can tell. People can they can pick up on that stuff. So it is what it is. Anyway, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, this week for the Ravens, just to get into the football part of things. It has been, I mean, like we talked about earlier, it's been a crazy off season for the Ravens. They have always had something going on. It's been a crazy off season, a crazy season, all that stuff, man. And I mean, we can go back to the whole Earl Thomas thing, that whole just everything that happened with him alone, and then Earl Thomas and Chuck Clark, the whole fight, and just that mess, man. The whole franchise, well, the franchise tag with Matt Judon, that wasn't really drama, but then the season has been all the COVID stuff and whatnot, and it's just been a wild season for the Ravens. It'd be a beautiful thing if it could end in the Super Bowl. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but we'll see. They are playing the Browns this week. I'm recording this on December 11th, by the way. It is Friday, December 11th. It's 11:27 a.m. We just did the well, we didn't just do it. We did it a couple days ago, but we just put out the preview video for that Ravens and Browns game, Week 14 matchup. And my guy Quincy Carrier, he was on there, and my guy Mike from Brownie Post Game. Now I know with my guy Quincy, man, he has I'm proud of how far he's come, man. He's at 20,000 subscribers now. I when we first linked up, I do not remember how many subscribers he had. I don't even remember how many subscribers I had. And you know what? I'm trying to think of how we ended up linking up. I think it was somebody in the comments, maybe. I think somebody was like, "Oh man, you should hit up Quincy Carriers." I think that I forgot. Oh man, was it my guy Cleveland BCI? It might have been. It might have been him. I think, but I forgot exactly how it happened. But I am glad that it happened because linked up with Quincy. Then linked up with him at because he went to all the AFC North. He went to all the AFC North training camps that year, and that's back when things were normal. And I had went to the Ravens training camp, so he came through there with me. It was me, him, my boy Dimitri, and also Sonny from SCG Sports again. So that was fun. We all went to the Ravens training camp together. And that man, that's gonna be nice when stuff gets back to normal, man. Oh, it's gonna be really nice when stuff gets back to normal because I just miss it, man. I miss it. I miss being able to go places without having no mask on. Like, no, don't nobody want to walk around without a mask on. It'd be nice if it was an option to wear a mask. Like, and when I say that, I mean, as far as if you wearing a mask, that means you getting dressed up for a football game. So other than that, nah, it's oh boy, this whole thing is just a mess, man. It's just a mess, but hopefully it'll get cleaned up soon, and it'll be Team Keep It Clean, huh? But it's all good. It's part of life. These things are expected to happen, and you just gotta deal. So it is what it is, and all this stuff was foretold anyway. So yeah, but I'm proud of Quincy. That dude, he has a amazing work ethic. He really grinds, man. He really grinds. And he was faced with a situation with YouTube, but he kept pushing through, and from the support of his subscribers, he's still able to get through it, and it looks like the situation is clearing up. Hopefully it does. But shout out to him, and shout out to my guy Mike from Brownie Post Game. He been pushing too, man. He does a lot of I was about to say Ravens. He does a lot of Browns like hype videos and stuff. And he does. I know before every Raven, I keep saying Ravens, before every Browns game, he goes live. Him and his dad. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I didn't even know. Well, I found out a little while ago, but that he's down in Florida too. I think he's more in the Orlando area though. Oh man, I love Orlando. Love Orlando. Love it, 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 love it. But anyway, that would, and I tell people, me and my wife, every time we go to Orlando, even sometimes when we're just talking about Orlando, I always tell her, man, like, cause I don't want to move anywhere. I don't want to move anywhere. I don't want to move up to Maryland. It's too cold. I don't want to move anywhere. Cause she'll even ask me sometimes, like, oh, what if the Ravens offered you a job? Would you move up there? And I said, I think about it, but yeah, probably not though. It's just cold, man. It's just so cold. I don't like the cold at all. But cause with moving, that would be a lot, man. That would be a whole lot, because when you're moving, like, it's not just you. It's not just, it wouldn't be just you moving. Like, it wouldn't even be just you and your family. Like, you're moving away. You'll be moving away from everything. So I always tell her, like, if we ever did move, Orlando would be one of the few places that I would move to, that I would consider moving to. It probably ain't gonna happen, but just a thought. But when you do move, like, you gotta think about that, cause that's big. Like, Carter would have to change school, even though he's doing homeschool now, so it wouldn't be no big deal for Carter. Carter be cool in it anyway. He'd probably rather be at the house anyway, and I would probably even rather him be at the house. Cause I don't know, Carter I love Carter's energy, man. I love how he just so go with the flow, man. Carter just be vibing, man. Carter be vibing, he be chilling. He loves to relax, but he loves to go out too and loves to have fun. He is very that's one thing that I really appreciate about him is that he is extremely balanced. He will be super hyped and super happy to go on vacation because he loves staying at hotels and stuff, but he will be super hyped and super happy just to stay home. So Carter's cool, man. He annoys me like crazy. Oh my goodness, and he's so annoying. But I do love him though. I love him, but he is still annoying. He's still very annoying. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, when you would be moving, so yeah, your kids would change schools. If you in school, you would change schools. I know for us, the congregation that we in, the Kingdom Hall that we go to, that would be different. And we love the Kingdom Hall that we go to. We love our congregation, all the people in there and stuff. So we had to go to a new one, and it's just, well, we obviously can't go to a physical one right now, but whoo, yeah, that would be a lot, man. And just thinking of those things alone, it would just make moving so hard, man. But anyway, I don't want to go anywhere, so we straight right down here. Excuse me, cause like South Florida, man, it's so much down here, and it's always something to do. Even though you gotta have your mask on now, but it's always something to do. It's always somewhere to go. Whether you're single, you married, you got kids, you don't got kids, it's always something, man. And even if even right now, I know they got the social distancing and all that. And for me, like, again, I think I told y'all this before. Like, for me, I wish they would have implemented social distancing even before this whole corona thing came about. Because I don't be wanting nobody to be all up on me like that, man. And I always tell Carter, too, man. I always tell Carter, like, if, like, even playing with his friends and stuff, like, tell them space, man. Tell them space. Like, give space. They ain't gotta be all up on you, man. So that I do like that part. And even like if he like goes to the park or something, give space. You give them space, they give you space. I love that part. But no, with South Florida, it's always something to do. But even with the social distancing, it's still plenty of stuff to do. Like, even if you're not going to like an event, you can, like, they got some nice parks. Like, oh, we went to a nice one in downtown Miami. Yeah, South Beach. South, what is it called? South Point, something like that. But with that, it's just nice. It's just super nice. It was super nice. It was super chill. Just me, my wife, and Carter. We went out there and just vibe, man. Just was walking around, chilling. We picked up something to eat, and that was it. We just chilled, man. But it's always something to do. It's always something to do. It's always somewhere to go. So with South Florida, it's just, I love it, man. And I'm sure you could find that anywhere you live. But, and it's so much that we've done down here, but it's also so much that we haven't even done yet. And we've been living down here forever. So it's just different. Like, anybody, I mean, once stuff gets regular, because now it definitely wouldn't be the same. It would still be a lot of fun though. But anybody, I would, once you feel comfortable and once things are normal and whatnot, I would encourage anybody that if you've ever been to South Florida, come back. If you've never been to South Florida, visit it. Whether you visit Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, Miami, whatever, visit it. Come through. And you could stay in either one of the cities. You could stay in West Palm. You could stay in Miami. You could stay in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale will probably be your best bet because it's right in the middle. So when you do drive to go see Miami or you do drive to go see West Palm, you'll be right in the middle. But it's all, like, it's plenty to do, and it's just nice, man. Like, sometimes we'll just go driving, man. We'll just go drive and look at, like, the houses by the water and stuff, and it's like, man, sometimes we be like, man, imagine if we lived here. And I'd be like, oh man, it would be nice when it's like I always tell it would be nice when it's raining. If you live by the water, it would be nice when it's raining because you just see the water, the rain hitting the ocean and whatnot, and you could just be sitting there looking outside, just vibing, man. Just sitting there vibing, relaxing, and just taking it easy, man. So I just, yeah, it's always something, man. Yeah, and then I'd be wondering, like, man, if these people that live in these houses by the water and stuff like that, to be these big houses by the water, especially Star Island and South Beach, would be like, man, I wonder what some of them do. Like, I know a lot of famous people live in Star Island, but even besides that, like, even sometimes like in well, definitely by South Beach, there are like some houses like in downtown Miami. There's, what road is that? Is that A1A? I cannot think of what road that is. But it's a street. It's a whole strip, like with all these hotels on it, all these fancy hotels and stuff. This is right down by downtown Miami, South Beach, and all that. But across the street, it's these houses that are on the water, and these houses are like, they look too nice, man. So I be wondering, like, man, what do these people do? They got to be doing something that has them filthy rich, to where they can like have a house like that. But then I also wonder too, like, the effect that could have on somebody. Because if you're making a lot of money, you're making like a whole lot of money, that could possibly take you away from your family. Because if you're making a whole lot of money, then a lot of times you may not have a lot of time may not have a lot of downtime. You might not have a lot of downtime. So that's something that I would always think about, like with like rich people or people that are wealthy or make a whole lot of money. Because that's important. That's important. Because family is and not even if you don't have a family, even if you're alone, like if you're like single or whatever, then it's it will weigh less heavy on you, but you still need like your own downtime too. You need your own time to relax and stuff. You need your own time to take a break and all that and just chill with your friends and whatnot. You need that, man. Can't just be work, and that's it. You gotta have downtime too. You gotta have time where you take a breather and you just that feels good too. Man, that felt really good. That like got me even more relaxed, man. Let me do that again. Hold up. Wow. Okay, I'm with it all day. Okay. Wow. So yeah, do that. Take a deep breath too. When I worked at a regular job and I would listen to the radio on the way to work, and again I told you I would be late like every day. But when I would be listening to the radio on the way to work, I used to I liked listening. I like hearing people talk instead of listening to songs. Well, on Fridays sometimes I did like listening to songs. I'd be like, okay, I need to vibe right now. But I would like hearing people talk. So on one of the talk shows, they said, "Oh, it's good. You need to take just a deep breath every single day. You need to take a deep breath every single day." And I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's something simple. We all can do it. We all have the time for it. Like, and just to take that deep breath, and just take that step back. Because we can all it's easy to get caught up in just everything, and time can fly by like crazy. It can go by so fast. But it's nice to always take that step back and just. So, anyway, Ravens are playing they're playing the Browns this week. That should be a good one. Monday Night Football. But what I want to do now is look at some of these other games from this week and see what's going on in the NFL. All right. New England played the Rams last night. Rams beat up on them 24-3. I watched some of that game. I watched pretty much, I think I watched a little before halftime, and then I started watching some of the end. But it was cool. Houston at Chicago. Don't have any interest in that. Gonna go with Houston though. Cowboys at Bengals. Don't have any interest in that. Gonna go with the Cowboys though. The Chiefs at the Dolphins. Ooh, it's at Hard Rock Stadium too. Wow. So that game is down the street. It's the Chiefs and the Dolphins. Anyway, Chiefs. I'll go with Chiefs in that one. And that would actually help the Ravens too. Ravens need to help themselves though. But oh boy. Anyway, the Cardinals at Giants. I'll go with I know DeAndre Hopkins hasn't been practicing. I don't know. I think Giants might pull a little okie doke on Cardinals. So I'm gonna go Giants in that one. Especially if Daniel Jones comes back. I don't know if he's coming back or not yet. But you know what? I feel like the safer pick would be Cardinals. See, I'm glad that I don't bet because I'd be all over the place. Vikings at the Bucks. Vikings, they fighting for playoffs. I mean, Bucks, they fighting for it too. But I'll go with the Bucks in that one. No Mike Evans. Seems like these big NFC South receivers, they always hurt, man. They are always hurt. Mike Evans, nice. Julio Jones, he's nice too, but they always, especially Julio Jones, but Mike Evans too though, always hurt. But Julio even more than him. Julio stays hurt, man. That guy, he stays hurt. Stays hurt. Oh boy. Anyway, Broncos versus the Panthers. I'll go with the Panthers. What have the Panthers been doing? I ain't been hearing too much about them. No, Christian McCaffrey was trying to play. I don't think he's playing this game yet. I think he'll be back next week, but I don't think he's coming this week. The Titans versus the Jaguars. I'll go with Titans in that one. Colts versus the Raiders. Ooh, that's a good one. Colts versus the Raiders. Okay. Colts versus the Raiders. I think Colts will win that one, but that's a big one, because that could help the Ravens too if the Raiders won. But that would also help the Raiders. So, guess I can hope that results in a tie. The Jets versus Seahawks. Going Seahawks. Green Bay versus Detroit. Green Bay. New Orleans versus Philly. New Orleans. Or Jalen Hurts versus Taysom Hill. Falcons versus the Chargers. Go Falcons. Washington versus San Fran. Oh, the Alex Smith return game. I go with the Washington football team. Pittsburgh Buffalo Sunday Night Football. Okay. I didn't know that game was Sunday Night Football. All right. Well, I'm with it. Okay. I did not know that. I like that. I think that game actually got flexed, I believe. But I like that. Okay. Because a lot of these games I'm just not very interested in. Only one I'm interested in from 1 o'clock would be Chiefs and Dolphins. And I'm not like, oh yeah, let's go Chiefs and Dolphins. I can't wait to see it. Like I watch it. And 4 o'clock games. Maybe New Orleans and Philly just to see Jalen Hurts. But other than that, not really any games that are really like catching my eye like that. But Pittsburgh versus Buffalo, we'll be watching that one. And we'll see how that goes for them boys in black and gold. And the Bills too in the white, blue, and red. Or red, white, and blue, blue, red, and white, depending on their color combination or whatever they wear that day. That should be a good one. Yeah, that's really the biggest game I'm looking forward to. So yeah. So and then of course the Ravens play the Browns the following night. So that should also be fun. So we'll see. Everything turns out. So I appreciate y'all listening. I'm keeping this one short. I'm probably about to go get something to eat. My wife, she made some lomo saltado. I think that's a Peruvian dish. And it is like, that is one of my favorite like Peruvian meals, because it's me, because I'm simple. That dish is simple. It's steak, or beef or whatever, French fries, white rice, tomatoes. Simple. So good. Simple. That's it. Simple. Simple. But it's so good. So I'm about to go have some of that. She made it last night. I had a lot of it last night, but it is still some leftovers, so I'm probably gonna finish off them leftovers today. And then what else are we doing today? She gets off of work early, and I think I am just I don't really feel like working anymore today, so I'm probably not going to. And yeah, we'll probably all go do something as a family, something simple. Cause like I said, stuff ain't regular right now, but probably go out. We'll figure something out. But I know she needed to pick up some stuff, so we'll go do that. Anyway, team, keep it clean. I love y'all. Thank you always for listening. Again, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. But I know most of y'all probably came from the YouTube channel. But thank you. I seriously do appreciate y'all listening to the podcast and just supporting. And much love to y'all, man. Much love to y'all. We're gonna have some more guests on here soon. But y'all know with my schedule, it's very hard to find time. It's hard to find time with other people because my schedule is very is very busy. And like when I'm not working, I like not working. Like the other day, last night, I was playing with toys with Carter, and Carter he loved playing with his toys, which I'm glad. But then something came up for work, and I did tell somebody that after I was finished with the group stream that I did on YouTube, I told them like, okay, after that we can do our video. But after that, I started playing with toys with Carter, and I kind of forgot about it. But I did have to be a man of my word. I got to let my yes mean yes. So I went and we did the video. It's hard finding time to work with other people because their schedule may not be my schedule may not be their schedule. It can be really tough. But it is always fun working with other people, collaborating and all that. So anyway, I love y'all. Again, thank you for listening. Like I said, check out the merch. Subscribe to this podcast channel. We at like 550 subscribers right now. So next goal is 575. So let's get there. Let's do it. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We out.